Operation Wet Nuisance is go. Drink me funny water. That's the very low-key start to the operation. Nobody sees it coming until it's too late. What's the, Can I find... touch... I was hoping to find secret evidence, but there was no secret evidence. I'm on Sharon Art?
This is the Sharon Art Studio, established in 1968. It is Neo-SF's largest public art studio with classes and workshops for all ages.
I don't believe it. I have a descendant in this world too. I talk to the... I can't talk to the art studio. I can enter the art studio. Oh, I can't enter the art studio. Right, enough putting it off. Let's use a boopus for malicious purposes. Speaky.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83. How may I help you? Would you like some cool, refreshing water?
You know what? I think you might very well be good of you to provide a fun glass of water for me.
I'll refill that right away. Please wait.
Please do. Oh no! It seems something has gone wrong.
Oh, this is embarrassing. I seem to have run out of cool, refreshing water.
Oh dear, you had better involve the police. Somebody's burgling all the water. Better get the policeman to come over here and investigate.
Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. I'll be right back.
I was wondering how that was going to distract you. It's actually just a robot impact on the police today. Take stealing burgles.
That's all I needed. Let me keep that under my...
Hey!
Under the hay.
What the hell are you doing with my ID?
It fell on the floor after the water attack.
Oh, excuse me, Detective Rivers. I noticed it fell out of your pocket after that wayward ROM crashed into you, and I wanted to make sure it didn't get lost in the shuffle.
It's rough in 2064, because the San Francisco shuffler will pick your ID card up off the floor and put it into like a collection of them that they have, and just shuffle them all together and be like, ooh, just staring at you with wide, wild eyes, just staring at yours going, ooh, I'm shuffling them, and then you have to pick one of them at random, and if it's not yours, tough shit, you've committed identity fraud and you're immediately arrested.
Huh. Thanks.
I'd argue it's entrapment.
Said it was a ROM?
It was a Beepus
Yes,
water boy.
It seemed to be following faulty programming of some kind. Perhaps it was the same one that damaged this vendor's cart?
Don't implicate Wet Ronald in crimes.
It headed off in that direction.
Guess I should check it out. Not like I have any other leads on this jackpot of a case. Hey you, Froyo guy? Tag along with me in case I need you to identify the bot.
Wet Ronald will remember this.
Who, me? But I've gotta attend my stand.
There is no stand.
Cut the crap. It's not going anywhere, and the robot I posted will make sure nobody messes with the crime scene.
I poked the stand and it said it didn't exist.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, EO.
And you too. Don't think I don't know you're up to something. Keep your noses clean.
Okay, I won't dip
I'll be
my
in touch.
snoot in the ink pot right now. I was going to write a letter with my funny nose.
As I was saying, let me keep it under my hat for now. I more than just a walking search engine, you know.
Well, we need to buy you the hat first.
Dramatics aside, we should
And you've already
return to
spent all
Hayden's
of my money on things that I didn't ask you to do. And a plant that I did consent to. Right, let's go to where we want to be. All the faces are in tonight. We want to go to here. I am... Speaky.
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo-SF Police Department as part of ongoing investigations.
But what if I told you I'm suddenly a police officer?
I apologize for the inconvenience, but I am not authorized to allow anyone to enter this location.
This is Detective Lexi Rivers, badge number 881126. I will be entering the crime scene with my assistant to gather evidence.
You've duplicated the police.
Please move out, but maintain the perimeter.
Of course, Detective Rivers. Good luck with your investigation.
So, are you impressed yet? Have I proven my
Snoofer,
usefulness?
You've created so many crimes. You're my little crime child. You don't have to prove anything.
Thank you.
You're the
I
orb.
feel my inexperience may be holding us back, but I will continue to do my best to assist you. I just wish Hayden had given me more practical training to deal with this kind of situation.
He should have taught you how to do crimes better.
Or even just being out and about in general. It can be a bit overwhelming at times.
That is true. That is true. How did you... Should we not maybe have this conversation inside the apartment?
Well, I'm not sure I'd call that seeing. The Neo-SF Police Department uses a government rebuild of the old Robodyne 6300 Mark B. They're antiquated enough that I'm surprised they aren't in a museum. Their optics are a paltry 10 megapixels, and it was child's play for me to modulate my forward display into a tight beam of an image aimed directly into its lenses.
I fucking warned them this would happen. Nobody listens to me about the tight beam.
I also transmitted the credentials we got from Detective Rivers' badge earlier.
Good.
I probably could have gotten away with just that, but better safe than sorry when impersonating an officer of the law.
We're being very safe rather than sorry right now, having this conversation in front of the police robot about how we just committed identity theft in front of it.
Frankly, I'm rather embarrassed for the ROM. The poor thing is older than your computer. But enough of that. Let's get the data cache and return to Tomcat.
Getting very... This is a little rough, background storytelling wise. The repeated implication through the outdated technology and whatnot, the general state of disrepair in the headquarters, precinct, whatever you call it. Real undercurrent of the police. Oh, the police are so underfunded, and I don't know that now's the time. Granted, it didn't come out recently. I think it's 2017, I believe. But I'm not sure then would have been the time either. But, ho-hum. Who?
What?
Oh my dicks, it's a cover-up of naughty crime.
Oh no. No. Our apartment. My home. Who could have done this? Why?
Okay, so this pretty much confirms that it wasn't, like, the punks. Because this has clearly been done up to look like it was. Which is pretty much where I thought the plot... Like, I figured it was probably going to be big man technology rather than silly scrumbus on the street. Because, like... Then, for this to be a story, there needs to be some sort of, like, big plot happening. And I don't think Johnny haircut we saw at the beginning is really going to be capable of that.
What does the human revolution want with Hayden?
They don't. I've just got... We're not
Why
We're
would
not
they
seriously...
take our names? I don't know what to do.
Think of
This place, these items,
the truth.
they're all I have of Hayden. What if he's gone for good?
Don't punch me while you ask me questions.
What will I do if we can't find him? This was all I had left.
We're going to get him.
You're right. I apologize for the emotional outburst.
Even the bridge is... Oh no, the bridge is blooping again. I thought the bridge stopped blooping.
Well, let's look around and see if we can find the data cache in all this mess.
You put the dome in the screen. I don't believe... You stole his glamed consoles. I have a feeling...
I don't have time to waste on my histrionics.
I have a feeling the data cache is not going to be here. Because one would assume that all of this was basically to cover up its absence. Not the plant! I am going to report you to Poison Ivy. You will be strung up on all the leaves right down to your bones. I doubt that the graffiti says all that, but the
I think you're right about this being human revolution propaganda, but Hayden is an unlikely target.
it's not. No, I didn't say that, and it's the wrong conclusion.
I know they don't
Right,
like Fairlight.
the police
As
cordoned
I
off the
think
scene.
Technology in general is bad, but they spend most of their time going after hybrids and cyborgs.
Is this one of the... Because he mentioned earlier that he felt he wasn't good at hacking because he couldn't make, like, the necessary leaps of intuition, I guess. Is this that coming true? Because, like, think about it. My fun boopus. We came here, the crime had been committed, it wasn't like this, the police arrived, cordoned off the scene, and now things suddenly look like this. The
I'll
door
run
was
some deep
repaired.
internet searches and see if anything turns up.
Eat the internet. It's been tagged, it's been scrumbled. Where else is... Broken window.
I think the
Righto.
data cache is gone.
Yes.
We've searched everywhere, and it just isn't here. I hate to return to Tomcat empty-handed, but this leaves us twisting in the wind. Perhaps they can point us in a new direction. The data cache is no longer our main objective, but it would be nice to know where it is and why it was taken. I wonder what the human revolution would need the data cache for anyway.
They didn't. Yes! Yes! Christ, thank you!
That's a distinct possibility. I just don't have enough personal experience with the human revolution to give you an honest answer. The information on the meshnet is extremely conflicting and desperately polarized. Some of it paints them as neo-druid nature lovers, other parts as bigots stuck in the past. Perhaps we could... Hey!
You know, we could do that. That's true. I'm oh no! The mind crystal! Ah! It's pulling me back in! This game does not auto-save. They do say that when you go to hell. This is accurate to real life. Right. Why have I beeped and booped, Who's put the scrumbos on me? Oh, Chapter 2. Chapter 2, The Scrumbo Falls. You're not really gonna stand up again after this one. I'm in the Chinatown Hospital on Saturn? I'm asleep. I'm not asleep. That's what. Oh, he's doing scrunchy postures. He's like, well, little.
Thank goodness.
Don't headbutt me! The droid. He injures me. He injures me when he speaks.
I have spent the past 30 minutes calculating the odds of you being indefinitely incapacitated or immobilized.
Me too, buddy.
I'm relieved to find my pessimism was misplaced and that you appear to be okay.
Why did everything go all colours, though? Is the secret... Is the droid... Like, I want information on what the fuck, but I don't feel like Turing knows the answer to what the fuck. So...
I'm fine. Whoever ambushed us clearly wasn't interested in causing either of us serious harm.
Somebody ambushed us.
After you collapsed, my power systems were jammed by whoever attacked us.
The Secret Destroyer!
It took me 2 minutes to reboot and call an ambulance.
Bambi-load.
When we left, I noticed they had done the same thing to the NSFPD ROM that was standing post. It takes a lot of power to crash one of those, even temporarily. Serious military hardware like that is difficult to obtain, but that type of non-lethal electrical field would interrupt my systems as well. Likely a mil-spec neuro-scrambler.
A beep box. As they're actually known. Why did they attack us and just leave? Again, this is the more important question, but I don't know that you'd have an answer. So let's find out.
If we walked in on them while they were searching the apartment for Hayden's files, I can understand them stunning us to make their escape. But the probability that they're actually after me, or rather the research behind my creation, seems high. Leaving me when I was so vulnerable makes no sense.
It may have been an unrelated scrumbler who was scrumbling with military hardware,
I now
but
believe
has...
my original hypothesis to have been correct.
Ho-he-ho-ho-hoo?
Hayden must have been kidnapped by a powerful organization looking to get control of his research.
I see.
Trashing our apartment may have been a cover for the theft of the data cache we were looking for.
Okay, so we're not gonna, like, scrungle up on their headquarters being like, I think you've done a burglary you haven't done. And then they have to be like, no, for about an hour and change before we can move on to the actual plot. Maybe it could be unrelated, but maybe this.
Reasonable deduction. But if they don't yet have Hayden's research, we may still have time to rescue him before something really bad happens.
They might not be able to summon the storm yet.
No, I didn't. They assaulted us from behind, and nothing showed up on my optics before I was disrupted.
Did you notice the length of their arm?
They either had cloaking of some kind, or were extraordinarily careful while making their way into the apartment.
A ninja. I knew it.
My optics, while not top of the line, are better than an off-the-shelf ROM's, and I should have been able to detect any thermal changes from someone being there.
Unless it was Hattori Hanzo,
Oh,
back
before
from
I
the
forget,
dead
here
and
are
ready
your
to beep
belongings.
the
The
boops.
nurses had me hold on to them for you until you awoke.
Thank you. I think my belongings consist of a pair of headphones
Here's
right
your ID
now.
card. Don't lose this again.
And that, yeah. I didn't lose it. I was assaulted and transported to
Here are
hospital.
those headphones you reviewed.
Thank you. Can I hear you in high definition? I'd like...
Noticed the article on your computer before. Good job getting published.
Thank you.
And finally, here's your commemorative glass of water that you got from Alfie. Looks like it got broken.
I've got a broken glass with me for now.
All we have is this broken commemorative glass.
The shards. It's not even broken in like a useful way. You might need jagged glass.
You're right. You wouldn't want to cut yourself.
I might want to cut someone. You don't know.
Just let me know when you want to leave.
You don't know my business.
Excuse me. Are you talking about Hayden Weber?
You talk like a villain. Explain yourself. Curtains. It's curtains for you.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you from behind that curtain.
Well, perhaps you could hear me from within the curtain. That's the sound of me revealing that I'm a ghost and phasing into the curtain material, and then I peek out of the curtains and I go, until he gives up. Assuming that he is some sort of antagonistic force, and I've not just made horrible assumptions about this person based on their voice. No, definitely an antagonist. What the... Are you about to hand me... Are you about to tell me to choose my starter Pokemon? Who the fuck are you? Look at the patient. It's my roommate, everyone, on the silly chair.
Sorry for being a nosy, Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar.
Has he been kidnapped before?
Has anything happened to him?
I thought... Who are you?
Of course. I've not yet introduced myself. My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax.
Yannick Fairlight? Okay, Fairlight is made up. We're gonna find out that this man is actually Dr. Knine Dark Rigged in Act 3, but certainly we've got
telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the meshnet.
You've meshneted him.
And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point.
All right. Well,
See, I don't bite.
You've got Boopers knowledge, but I've suspicion of you. How do you? Yes.
I'm the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof. However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other. I won't press you for details, but perhaps I could be of some assistance.
Your sideburns form prongs.
I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
Former shit. Well, it's possibly about time to end the episode, so I guess we'll interrogate all of this for the start of next time, now that we know who this gentleman is. So tune in when we'll all stare at funny people very suspiciously. Ha 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 hoo.